and I resonate a lot with both of you because I used to be a fast food addict. Like Big Macs were my thing. My freaking thing.
By the way, I don't love fast food, but McDonald's breakfast was my thing. Like
so
the sausage McMuffin I used to get 2 of them and stack them.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, whatever.
Yeah. So I'll tell you my Big Mac story, which I may have said on my last podcast, but we'll say it again.
It's fine.
Because Big Macs were such a thing for me that once it got to the point where, you know, I watched a documentary on the meat industry, I didn't want to contribute to all of the mass farming because I do feel like there is a place for grass-fed, free-range animals, especially in a society where they're not going to stop eating meat. Like, it's not going to happen. Anyways, so Big Macs, right? Used to eat a Big Mac, I don't know, so often, was so addicted to fast food and so many other things. But what I had to do for myself when I knew that I didn't want to contribute to that system anymore, but I also knew that I wasn't the type of person who could just cold turkey it. It wasn't going to be possible. So I gave myself a little program of the first year, I gave myself 4 Big Macs. So every quarter, I got a Big Mac. Yeah. So I would, you know, I would willpower it up, and I would do my best, and I would fail sometimes, and I would before. I used to have a waitressing job, and so after waitressing, I would like go to McDonald's and like scarf down the Big Mac and like be in the car like being just that exactly.
And then after you feel like shit,
like, give me more. Like get home in the morning, I'm like, oh my god, okay. Are you noticing? Are you realizing what's happening? But every quarter, I would get that like prize Big Mac, and it was amazing. And so every quarter I wanted it less and less, and then the next year I had 3, and next year I had 2, and then the next year I had 1. And so over the course of 4 years I removed this Big Mac addiction.
Nice.
And now, surprisingly enough, I have never been like called to have a Big Mac, but I have been called to Arby's
Interesting.
double beef and cheddar.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
I don't know why that is. It's like what?
That's just the universe testing you.
They're like, right?
I have a Big Mac story, by the way.
Oh yeah.
You guys want to hear it?
Yeah, I want to hear your Big Mac story.
So this is.
It's about her, not you.
It's about my dad, though. This is why dad learned how to cook.
Okay.
So when my dad came to the United States, he could not speak English. He could not cook, and he was living with his brothers. So guess where he had to eat all the time?
McDonald's.
So my dad only knew how to say Big Mac and fries.
Aw.
So he would go up, Big Mac and fries. He's all proud, you know what I mean? After a month of eating Big Macs and fries, my dad was like, I do not want another Big Mac.
Yeah.
Teach me how to say something else. So his brother's like, okay, say quarter pounder with cheese. He's like, quarter pounder with cheese. So he's like practicing, right? There's a big old line. And then he gets up to the line and the lady's like, what do you want? He's like, quarter. She's like, what? He's like, Big Mac and fries. So he said after that, he's like, he devoted himself to learn. He's like, I'm going to learn how to cook. Forget McDonald's. And by the way, that was kind of a funny story, but my father never let us eat fast food when I was a kid. I think it's because of that.
Yeah. So just touching.
Yeah. But I think it all boils down. I think you actually hit it on the head with self-love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you love yourself, you're not going to poison yourself with bad food.
Nope. If you love yourself, you're not going to tolerate certain relationships. You're not going to tolerate certain behavior. You're not going to tolerate certain media. You're not going to insult your soul with your behavior. And so this is kind of like the mass problem that we have in society today. Is like people do not love themselves enough. So what do? They give their power away. They give their power away, but they don't know they're giving their power away to everything and everyone. Yeah. And so recently, I had a friend who told me, because like I've lost touch with her, and something about like that we don't connect, not because of our difference of ideologies, because we stand on different sides of the spectrum, so to speak. But she told me that I made her feel small.